Hey guys, the summer is here, and for the month of May, Verve, the sponsors of my super reviews, are offering a free 30-day trial of Verve. And it's not just Crunchyroll, you also get Funimation with that, where you can watch not only Dragon Ball Super, you can watch Attack on Titan Season 2, My Hero Academia Season 2, subbed and dubbed, whichever one you want, with Crunchyroll and Funimation, plus Cartoon Hangover's Bravest Warriors, Rooster Teeth content, and you can watch it on any device, desktop, mobile, Roku, PlayStation, Xbox, your choice. Sign up now, vrv.co/geekdom. The link is down below. By the way, folks, that deal is going to be expiring very, very soon. 30 days of Funimation and Crunchyroll, both subs and dubs. You might want to pick up on that as soon as you can. So, let's talk about Dragon Ball Super episode 92. Following up on a very interesting world-building episode of 91, 92 will continue that. The episode title in Japanese, let me switch to my Japanese voice here, Kinkyujita Hase, Sorowanai Junin no Menba, which translates to an emergency development. We don't have 10 members. Last week, we left off with a cliffhanger because we found out from Mr. Satan, who told Bulma, who told Goku, who told Beerus, and everybody else, that Majin Buu was indeed asleep and will be asleep for 2 months and thus may not be able to compete in the tournament. Oh, what will Goku do? It's not like he's going to do something reckless and crazy like, I don't know, like go into hell and find a villain that absolutely hates his guts and recruit him. Goku wouldn't do that, would he? Anyways, more on that later. So, this episode did a really good job of covering up a lot of the plot holes that a lot of us were wondering. We're going to go into this Buu thing. I'm going to go into it as we go through, but you got to give Toei credit. When they try, they actually try, and they remember stuff, and they do stuff right sometimes. Sometimes. So, okay. So the episode begins with Goku going to Satan's house. Buu is knocked out, right? We actually start with that. Snoring like he's got sleep apnea. And yes, folks, he is fat again. So the skinny fat Buu thing is finished, which I had a feeling it would be temporary too, but now we see it for sure. So we find out from Mr. Satan that he's tried all kinds of stuff to wake up Majin Buu, but nothing worked. So the idea of chocolate waking him up this time did not work. What's going on here, folks, is that we find out that Buu only needs to sleep for just a few seconds, but when he goes into a deep sleep, he can fall asleep for months. Now, that, a lot of folks were saying, well, in Dragon Ball Z, he only slept for like a second or 2 or 3 seconds, and that they pretty much covered that plot hole. So if people were complaining last week about, and the week before about them not trying the chocolate thing and, the fact that in Dragon Ball Z he slept for 2 seconds, well, Toei fixed that plot hole. Or at least not fixed, but they covered up the fact that it could have been a plot hole. There is one thing, though, that I feel that they did screw up on when it came to waking Buu up, which I'm going to address here in just a little bit, okay? So we'll talk about that shortly, but pretty much the idea of Buu waking up, it's not happening. I'll explain a little bit more later. So we go to Universe 11, we have a cool scene with Casserole finally successfully saves that cat. Topo appears, and all these kids are like marking out over Topo. See, Topo is like a universally known hero, I suppose, in Universe 11. So all the kids are just digging it. They're just loving the guy. So we have this cool little scene of Topo and Casserole in this like skyscraper, and they're discussing, training and whatnot, and how close they are to the tournament and whatnot. And they're going to need some of the trainees, the B squad, to protect the planet while these guys are going to be gone. So it's only going to be 48 hours, but I guess they still want to, make sure that everything's going to be solid. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention. Mr. Satan does volunteer to enter the tournament in Buu's place, but Goku's like, yeah, these guys are pretty freaking strong. Like Topo, he's like, all right, never mind. So then we have this awesome, I love this stuff, guys. I love it. We go to Universe 3. Our first official look at Universe 3. Creepy music. We see Moscow Sama, the god of destruction. He's there with Ea, the Supreme Kai, and Campari, who's the angel of Universe 3, the trinity of gods, or whatever you want to call them, deities from that universe. The universe looks really, really creepy. Think about like a mix of like the Machine City from the Matrix, mixed with the Borg, mixed with the Death Star. It's almost like Toei is doing like a tribute to every major science fiction construct. And I love that. I love this kind of stuff because I'm a huge nerd when it comes to geeky movies and things like that. So when you see stuff like this, it pops me. Like, it literally pops me. You know what I mean? It puts a big smile on my face. And if you remember, Universe 6, that Dark City kind of look kind of reminds me not just of the movie Dark City, but also of Blade Runner. So we've seen so many movie homages in Dragon Ball. I love it so much. So we're introduced to a few new characters here. Very, very cool. Besides just Moscow, who, by the way, communicates with bleeps and bloops like R2-D2. We're introduced to this guy named Nigirishi, who's basically a scientist guy or whatever, like a scientist dude. And basically they've come to ask him for help, and he pretty much shows off these robot warriors. So he's like the Dr. Wily of the Dragon Ball world. He's got these robot masters, right? They literally look like something out of Mega Man. This is really freaking cool. Last week in my preview, I prognosticated that Universe 3 may be composed of cybernetic organisms or machine men or robots, and it looks like that may be the case here. Team Universe 3 may just be these awesome looking robots. If you prognosticated this, you are a great prognosticator, and I'm glad we're getting that because it makes the universe unique. So, back at Capsule Corp, 18 and Krillin arrive, meet up with everyone. Roshi's not there because he's trying to cure his perversion, and I guess he's learned how to cure it, and I wish he'd teach me how to do it because I'm still having trouble with it. But anyways, Krillin wants to warm up against Ten Shin Han. They have a discussion about Boo and what's going on, and Boo they might as well just rename him Boo the Unreliable. They talk about how Goku went to go wake him up. A little bit of fillerish stuff here. This was kind of an unnecessary scene. The only interesting thing that I thought that came out of this is that Kaioshin talks about how we can't go into this tournament without, the 10 guys. We need 10 guys. And I'm just laughing because Universe 9 is struggling to find fighters still. They might go in there without a full deck. And there's also a cool part where Beerus tells Gohan to figure something out because he's the leader, okay? The leader thing is sticking, and Gohan's like, well, we may have to find a replacement. And then the prize money is mentioned by Krillin, and Gohan's like, prize money? What prize money? Ouch, dude. The secret has been revealed. That's a plot point we're going to talk about here in a minute. So we see a really cool shot of Vegeta destroying the Room of Spirit and Time, and I'm just thinking to myself, Popo's going to be pissed. So those of you out there who thought that maybe they could have put Boo in the Room of Spirit and Time, guess what? They covered up that plot hole too by having Vegeta destroy it again. The only thing left that I think they are not thinking about, which is, I don't think it's really a plot hole, I think it's just the characters not being very intelligent, is they're not even thinking that they could just use the Dragon Balls or go to Namek and use those balls to wake Boo up. Like, I think if they actually summon Purunga and say, can you please wake up Majin Buu, I think it will work. I mean, unless Boo, because of that whole rule where the user can't, the dragon cannot grant a wish that's more powerful than the user, as far as something like that goes, maybe that would be the loophole, but I still think they should at least have tried that. They should have at least tried it. That's the one plot hole that Toei did not cover up. So there you go. So after the commercial break, we go to Universe 6. We see Kaba, Caulifla, and Kale is there, but she's hiding. Kaba shows off Super Saiyajin, and Kale is like, where did you learn that? And he's like, this guy, Vegeta, I don't know if I can show you how to do it, but I learned from this guy, I don't know if I'm that good of a teacher. And Caulifla's like, okay. She wants to learn it too. It's becoming a Super Saiyan bargain sale, of course. I love the little chemistry here. Totally loved it. So Kaba talks about how, how to do it, explains, how it works, about pulling in your anger, using your rage to unlock the transformation. We covered this, me and Kendamu, in the Secret of Gohan's Power video, which, again, if you guys have not seen that video, you need to see that video, dude. I will plug it at the end of the video, this video, because that's a must-see video for understanding, like, Super Saiyan and Mystic Power. Kendamu killed it. Like, you guys have got to check that out if you haven't seen it yet. So, she literally does it. Like, Caulifla just does it. She's trying, and then boom, she does it with one try. Like, Gohan couldn't even do that, but she couldn't maintain it. So she's like, concentrate the power, in the small of your back. They actually have a cool little scene of, like, where they show these, like, yellow key dots coming out of her back. I thought that was pretty unique. And then she does it again, and she's maintaining it, and she has that whole cocky, haha, I did it. Her hair is just wacky right here. I love it. Kind of reminds me of Sonic the Hedgehog. Speaking of Sonic the Hedgehog, quick plug. Earlier today on Geekdom 101, I did a video, a Dragon Ball in-depth topic about Sonic the Hedgehog's connection to Dragon Ball. If you have not seen that video, when you get done with the review, check it out, because if you're a fan of Sonic and Dragon Ball, you're going to want to watch that video, dude. I really did a lot of homework on it, and I had some help with it. I think you guys will really enjoy that if you're a fan of Sonic and Dragon Ball. So check that out for certain. So Kaba is impressed, okay? She maintained the form. He's like, wow, maybe you are like a prodigy. And she fires off this big ki blast, and it's freaking massive, dude. And then Kale is there, and she reveals herself, and she's looking very, very timid. Caulifla introduces Kale to Kaba, and she says, this is my underling. So they are not sisters or cousins. That's her underling. And Kale is not sure if she can do Super Saiyan, but Caulifla, yeah, I'm sure you can. Let's try it. Might be a bad move, but we'll more on that next week. So Goku returns to Capsule Corp, and everybody's pretty upset at him because he lied about the prize money. And I'm just thinking, like, who cares, bro? The universe is at stake. Like, you need to fight. Vegeta's there, too. 18 and Krillin threaten to not enter the tournament. And it's like, I'm watching this, and I'm like, I get it, bro. Like, you were lied to. That sucks. I hate being lied to. I hate when my friends and my audience is lied to, and Goku didn't have to make up that lie. But there's no reason to quit. I mean, yeah, I get you're pissed at him. Take it out on him later. They have kind of a weird, kind of somewhat stupid scene here, like where Goku's asking Bulma for money, and she's like, no. And I'm just thinking, dude, like, you're the richest woman on Earth. Like, this is the Briefs family, right? Dr. Brief and her and all that. That's the richest family on Earth, dude. You can give up some money, brother. And she wouldn't do it, and it just kind of bugged me because it just kind of made her seem like a prick. Like, these are real stakes here, folks, and they're not willing to help. So Krillin reveals that he's not really mad about the money, but he's more upset that Goku was trying to hide the whole destruction of the universe thing from him. And it's like, I agree, Goku should not have hid that. Like, you need to fight, let's fight, this is the reason why. I get it, I understand why Krillin was upset, I understand the character motivation. I just get pissed off at Bulma being so damn stingy, right? So they have this awesome scene where Beerus pretty much threatens to Hakai Krillin if he doesn't enter, and well, he's gonna enter. Beerus is angry and upset because they better do something. He's like, you owe me. We saved the Earth when Frieza came. We turned back time for you guys. And Goku's like, Frieza? Frieza? We can use Frieza! Then the episode ends with the stadium being built, and the last thing we see in the episode is Frieza in hell, in the flower fields, in the cocoon. He's back. And wow. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I personally love it. Some people don't. If you don't, that's cool too. Next week, Goku goes to the flower fields and meets Frieza. And we have Kale raging out next week, dude. That is going to be an epic episode. Goku versus Frieza in hell. Who'd have thunk it? It's like something out of GT almost. Wait, that did happen in GT. Wacky. It was Frieza and Cell, but whatever. I like this episode a lot. It was like last week's episode where it was a good episode when it comes to building up the world, with Universe 3 and more on Universe 11. I like that stuff, and I maybe there were some parts in the middle that kind of dragged that were not really necessary, but I dug it for the most part. Fine episode. Not the best, but good episode, and I cannot wait till next week. We'll cover that tomorrow, of course, like always. Anyways, guys, check out, as always, Verve. The deal with Verve is ending very, very soon. You can get Funimation and Crunchyroll dubs and subs. They are the official supporter of the Geekdom 101 Super Reviews. And don't forget, they also have other stuff besides just, anime. They have Geek and Sundry content, Rooster Teeth. You get everything. 30 free days, dude. At least take the 30 free days, see if you like it, bro. It's free, dude. 30 free days. Sign up. The link's in the comments. They are my sponsor. And thank you. Let me know what you think about this episode, and I'll talk to you guys down below in the comments. I just can't wait to see where this goes and can't wait for next week. But I enjoyed this episode. Did you? Let me know. I'll talk to you later.